Hey y'all, welcome back to Hopped Up Beer Review. Today we are drinking GonerBrau by Memphis Made Brewing Company out of Memphis, Tennessee. Thanks for joining us.
Everybody, welcome to Hopped Up Beer Review, the show where we give you our unprofessional and somewhat biased opinion about the beer we are drinking and reviewing. We're back with another one. I've got Andy in the attic. I've got Jay. I am Ben. What are we drinking today, gentlemen?
GonerBrau, right?
GonerBrau. Yes.
Kveik Pilsner, is that how you say it, right?
Kveik.
Kveik.
Yeah.
So, Memphis made. Let's crack it.
Guess where it's made in?
That's an easy one.
Let's do it.
Ben, like your shirt. Are we ready, Ben?
All right.
You're going to stay with us, Ben?
I'm back. We had some technical difficulties. If only corporate would afford for us an IT guy, I think we'd be in good shape. But, the corporate only has so many funds. Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Got a little sweetness to that.
It does.
Kind of like candy on the back end.
Yeah.
That was unexpected.
Yeah. I did not know what to think of this after reading about the Kveik styles of Pilsners, but this GonerBrau is a Kveik Pilsner, as we said, 4.5%. And the name references, so Goner is a reference to Goner Records. It's a record shop in Memphis, and they have new and used, and they'll buy used, and they also have their own label. And then the Brau, well, that's German for like brewing. So this is one of their year-round beers. I think they've got about 4. What is Kveik? Well, it's actually not a style of beer. It is a strain of yeast. It's a Norwegian strain, an ancient yeast. And it was used in like local Norwegian farmhouse beers. And it's usually fruity. So that gives it that sweet taste. So
Makes sense.
Yeah. So they added like a little fruity pizzazz to a Pilsner, which I never knew of such a type of yeast, but so far so good.
Yeah, it's real interesting.
So Memphis Made Brewing Company is, as the name implies, in Memphis, Tennessee. They were founded in 2013. They're a microbrewery. There were 2 partners, and I don't normally name the partners. One was named Drew Barton, and the other's name is Andy Ashby. I was like, oh, look at that. That's pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and not the pitcher, not the former pitcher. So, who was with the Angels for the longest time. So their tap room is in, for people who know Memphis area, in the Cooper Young neighborhood in Midtown Memphis. And they offer other seasonals and limited. So that's about it. They did not put a lot, they didn't gush over themselves on their website. So I've had a few of their beers, and I've been pleased.
So are you going to divulge why Andy Ashby is significant, or are you going to leave that for the imagination of the viewer? Because obviously Jay and I know.
People are going to have to ask.
Okay. All right. Well, this is a good opportunity. If you care to know, you can come check out our Discord server and ask Andy, Sir Attic, in
it's Mr. Attic to you.
The flesh, the chat, I guess.
No, sirs.
Yeah. So, all right. I'm going to assume that's all we got. Have you had this one yet, though? Is this your first?
I have been saving myself, and we've had this for months. and I've seen it so many times. And our friend Wes we sent it to him, and he tried it and really liked it. And I'm like, I can't wait, and let's hurry up and drink this. So it's been a good while.
Yep. All right. Well, with that, let's jump in and score it. Jay, I'm going to call on you to go first, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I'm all about it. It to me, it's very refreshing. Light, easy. What would you say, 4.5, Andy?
Mm-hmm.
So kind of in that crushable domain. It's got the sweetness on the backside, which is very interesting for a pilsner. I like it. I struggle. I think I'll go 7.5 on it. It's really good.
All right.
I want to push it higher, but pills to me sometimes.
Understandable. No, that's not necessarily your favorite style. So I'll jump in and go next and give Andy another minute. I think this one is great. I think that sweet on the back end is just adds to the Pilsner flavor to begin with, because you've got that crispness, you've got the light, as Jay said, it's could be crushable even. I think it's that sweet kick on the back end just makes you ready for that next sip. For me, with bitter IPAs, I'm ready for the next sip because I'm trying to get rid of the IPA bitterness. With this one, I'm like next sip because I'm ready for that sweet on the back end again. So I guess that just means either way, I probably drink too fast potentially, but in those cases. But I think this one's really good. I really like it. Clean, crisp, refreshing, just all around a great beer. This is 8.5 for me. What do you think, Andy?
Yeah, this beer kind of pushes, or moves the boundaries of a pilsner from what I was thinking, because with a pilsner, you know what you're gonna get. You've got your macro pilsners, but then you've got some craft pilsners, and it can only, on your rating scale based on what you like, can only get so high. And most of mine will rate anywhere from 5.5 to 7.5. And I've had some, I know with the Czech style, the German pilsners, of course, an American pilsner, and then you've got the Italian. Maybe I'm thinking more Italian lager, but that little sweet, because some pilsners can be very bitter, and of course, like Czechs, the Germans can be a little malty. But this little sweet kind of reminds me of those like some of those American wheat ales that add a fruit to it, like a watermelon wheat. I've had one of those recently, or like something like a mango cart, and you get the beer with the little fruit. Well, this is similar to that, but it still tastes like a pilsner. It doesn't taste like the wheat ale with fruit in it. So it's pushing the boundaries of a pilsner for me. So I'm going to take it up to an 8.0. I don't know if I've rated other pilsners this high. Very lovely. Very lovely.
You and me think alike.
And I think it's interesting that, we doing this show, right? We've talked about this a little bit in the past, but we just run into stuff that, maybe we've tried and hadn't thought about a lot. We haven't just really thought about really what is in the beer, or, prior to us doing this show, just grab a beer, you try it, you rate it, and you move on. Right. And, talking about what's in the beer. I think that's obviously helped me learn, more about the different styles and the flavors to expect. And, I think that's why for me, this one is really, really interesting in that you just get something that you're not expecting from a pilsner, especially on the back end, which is fun.
Mm-hmm.
Fun to have something new. That is going to give us an 8.0 for the GonerBrau from Memphis, made out of Memphis, Tennessee. It's a Kveik Pilsner pronounce that right? Kveik.
Kveik.
Definitely interesting. I don't know that they've got a whole lot of distribution at this point, but man, if you see this out there, grab it. Or maybe even any other Pilsner that is with that strain might be worth giving a shot if you have not done so. Because it definitely changes the beer, definitely gives you something else to taste for and look out for. Be sure to like, subscribe, cheers, that notification bell. Check us out on all the social medias down below in the description. Come say hey in Discord. We'd love to see you in our Hopped Up Beer Review Discord server. Just a chat room, nothing to be scared of. And then we do have a Sazzle store if you are so inclined to check out some Hopped Up Beer Review merch. So
What store?
Zazzle is the name of
Zazzle.
the company that drop ships stuff with our logo on it. So yeah, we're not warehousing that yet in the attic. We're trying to rent some attic space from Andy, but he's kind of his prices are a little too high at this point.
Negotiations keep failing.
Yeah, I think it has to do with the attic tours, because that stuff would just get in the way. And those are still available if you are in the area.
Are you wanting me to trim some costs?
No.
That would be maybe for another discussion at another time, probably off camera.
Okay.
Just end it. Cheers, mates.
Cheers,
Cheers, mates.